whenever I was given advice by teachers about how to do my work in college, a lot of them said that, college professors are a lot stricter than high school teachers. And while that may be the case for some classes, I think that college professors are incredibly understanding. So please don't be afraid to be honest with them, and just tell them what you're going through and how you're feeling, and just be honest, because I think honesty goes a really long way, and having those relationships with professors is huge, and it can really help you. And the other thing is just make sure you take time for yourself, and make sure you enjoy every second, even the bad parts, even the times when you're crying because you have a test or you have a lot due or something. Enjoy those moments, because it does go by way quicker than you think. It definitely went by way quicker than I thought, and I can't believe I have to start going into the real world soon. So just savor every moment, but remember that it's just college. It's not the end of the world, and your mental health and your well-being is always going to be more important.
My advice to my high school senior self would be to maybe tell her that the world and her future isn't all on her shoulders at this moment right now. You're not really going to know what's going to happen in the future. You're not going to know what kind of opportunities and experiences might be available to you in the future, whether that be pursuing a college education or not. And I would just tell her to relax a little bit. It'll be okay. The stress is fine, it's good, but you're going to be okay in the end. And yeah, the weight of the world and the weight of your future is not really on your shoulders.
When I think about what I would like to have been told or better understand when I was in high school, it's that life is totally about experiences. And I think that I had a lot of opportunities put in front of me to do things and try things, but I was scared or nervous or had anxiety about them, and it was easier to say no than it was to say yes and risk not doing well or having a bad experience. And I wish that somebody would have told me that life really is all about experiences, and those opportunities don't always come back around, and that when they're put before you, you should really take them. Because you can learn from them, even if the experience doesn't work out the way that you thought it would, or even if the purpose turns out to be something different. There's usually meaning behind them. And so I wish I would have been a little bit braver and allowed myself a little bit more room to experience things and let go of some of my fears and anxieties that held me back from really experiencing life at that time. Because when you're your age, you really have so much freedom that you're probably not going to have again in your life. And so now is the time to have those experiences. So don't let things pass you by. Don't be held back by your fear. And remember that, even when things don't turn out the way you planned, there's probably an awesome experience waiting for you.
Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that you wish you would have known as you get older. But I think that being true to yourself and following your dreams, regardless of any sort of outside pressure acting on your life, is the best advice that I can give somebody. If you feel your heart pulling you in a certain direction, just take that opportunity and run with it. And don't look back, because I think that those opportunities are the ones that you want to work the hardest for, and that you put the most time and effort into, and that you have the most fun with in your life. And those are ultimately what life is about, is those big decisions that drive your life forward, but also drive your happiness forward. So never be afraid to be yourself, and always follow your heart.
Something that I wish I were told before starting college is that it takes a while to adjust to a new environment, and it is okay if you don't make that adjustment right away. For me, it took a lot of trial and error to find what routine fits best to me or what study techniques worked for me. And so, what I would say is that even though you're going into a new environment or a new atmosphere may be scary, everything will just turn out perfectly fine. It will just take some time to figure out what works best for you. Good luck.
The advice that I wish that I had gotten as a high school senior is just to invest in relationships. Like, looking back for the last 4 years, there's some people that I probably didn't invest as much time or effort into that I think we could have had really good friendships or different connections. But then also looking back at the people that I'm closest to, it's just been from investing a lot of time and effort into the relationship and just being interested in how they're doing and reaching out and spending time with people, because at the end of the day, it's the people in your lives that matter, especially as I'm looking at jobs and stuff. A lot of the companies are the same, but it's really the people that make the difference. So really focusing on the people in your life can make a really big difference on how enjoyable your experience is.
You think you have your life planned out and it's mapped out the way you want it to go, and it's going to go the direction you want it to go. And I'm going to say to you that sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes the plans don't work out the way that you want them to. And when they don't, or even when you experience something that you felt like it was going to be great for you and then realize that it's not so great, right? It is okay for you to change. It is okay for you to start again. It is okay for you to look at the experience, learn from that experience, and say to yourself, this is not what I have planned. This is not what I want to do. And I'm going to change my mind. It's okay for you to do that. Learn from your experience. Take what you have learned, move forward, and go the direction that you want to go. Peace.
I just wanted to let you know that it's been such an honor and a privilege to get to know you and to talk to you and see all of your beautiful creativity and wisdom. And I was thinking about it, and my advice for young teen Breezy, it's hard to sort of carve out because more and more I admire her every day. I honestly look to her for advice and inspiration. I try and think back to how she was so strong and so bold and never let anybody push her into a corner. So I guess my only advice to her and to you is that you have so much wisdom and so much knowledge already, and just trust your instincts because it's all there. I wish you guys good luck, and just know that you have the right to speak up and to take up all the space that you need and deserve. And yeah, just keep being awesome.
I think the most important thing that I wish somebody had told me when I was in your shoes was just how important it is to be yourself. High school is this place where you're supposed to conform. You get teased for not being like everybody else, but then as soon as you cross the threshold into college and the real world, or whatever else awaits you, people celebrate what makes us different. Your idiosyncrasies, the weird, nerdy stuff you're into, the music you like, the stuff that makes you different. That becomes sort of what makes life vital. You'll make friends based on those shared interests and eccentricities. And I think that's really what I wish somebody had told me.
When I took on this project, I had no idea what I was doing. I wanted to give you guys, the students of Shortridge, something to hold on to make post-high school life a little less scary, because it is. I know we may seem older and wiser, but the truth is, I'm not sure if anyone really knows what they're doing. And I think that's sort of the secret. There's this idea that once you graduate from high school, you'll just know everything and everything will just work. It won't. Life is hard a lot of the time. But if I were to give a piece of advice, which I'm the last person that should be giving a piece of advice, It's that it's okay to not know. It's okay to be confused and concerned and worried. That's part of life, and it's not gonna go away. And that's okay. And because that's okay, there's no reason not to do exactly what you want to do with life. When I was in high school, I wanted to make movies. That's all I wanted to do with my life. And people thought I was insane. People think I'm insane. People in Indiana don't make movies. It's just not something we do. But now here I am making movies. I'm saying that life's gonna be hard. Life is hard and confusing and sucks sometimes. But that's not an excuse to do exactly what you want to do with life. So I say might as well do what you want, because life's gonna be pretty weird either way.